I'm about to lose it, y'all. I'm about to lose my mind. Oh my God. Bernie is killing me with these. Oh, jeez. Y'all, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Bernie Sanders goes on Jimmy Fallon. And Jimmy Fallon hits him with the same question that everybody keeps setting him up with. Well, do you think Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump? And this, ladies and gentlemen, was Bernie Sanders' answer.
Say it is Biden. You think Biden can beat Trump?
I do. I mean, I think, when you have a president who is a pathological liar, when you have a president who truly, apparently has never read the Constitution of the United States, who thinks he is above the law, who is a racist and a sexist and all of that stuff, I think even, Republicans and moderates are going to say, you know what, we can't have 4 more years of this guy. So do I think Joe can beat him? I do. Between you and me, don't tell anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just witnessed, in no uncertain terms, is Bernie Sanders lying straight to the American public's face. So let me just say this, right? Let me just say this, first of all. Bernie, you are running for president of the United States of America, and you're still trying to make a case that you're the best candidate, not only to win the nomination, but also beat Donald Trump in November. So when somebody puts you in that position, like it's like if you ever watch ESPN or FS1, you ever watch any of the sports debate shows? Skip Bayless used to be at ESPN with Stephen A. Smith on First Take, and how often do you hear Skip Bayless mention ESPN? Why? Because Skip Bayless, although they are all in the sporting world, Skip Bayless is trying to compete on FS1 with his own show, and that other side is the competition. I might not have any personal animosity towards that side, but that side is the competition nonetheless. So in a situation where somebody is setting you up for failure, because that's exactly what Jimmy Fallon was doing, you say, hey, my concern is not whether or not Joe Biden is equipped to beat Donald Trump. My concern is whether or not Bernie Sanders is equipped to beat Donald Trump. And I, along with the millions of volunteers and the millions of donors who have contributed to this campaign, all believe that I am the best person to defeat Donald Trump in November. Why? Because we want to bring single-payer health care through Medicare for all. Why? Because we want to end these wasteful regime change wars. Why? Because we want to cancel student debt. We want to cancel. That's what you say. When someone presents Joe Biden to your face, your only response should be why you are better than Joe Biden. I do not know who the hell his strategic advisor is. I don't know. I pray to God it isn't Jeff Weaver. Because if it's still Jeff Weaver, that probably explains a lot. But I wouldn't be as pissed if this wasn't the first time. If this was just the first time, I'm like, oh, it's a mistake. It's a mistake. But no. Your argument for why Joe, which is a lie, once again, it's a lie, and it's a dangerous lie. But your argument for why Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump is because Donald Trump is racist, he's sexist, he doesn't believe in the Constitution or rule of law, whatever the hell that means. Okay, so here's the problem with that. There's a minor hole in your argument, Bernie, because Joe Biden is a literal segregationist. He has a plethora of sexual assault and sexual harassment cases against him. And oh, by the way, also doesn't believe in constitutional or international law, as he literally leveraged United States aid to the Ukraine to stop them from investigating his son and his corruption with Burisma, the Ukrainian energy company. See, what you fail to realize is you are setting the American public up for failure, not just your campaign. There are millions of people relying on your campaign and your voice to be the champion of the progressive movement and to carry everybody to the promised land. If you don't want that job, then just say so. But don't sit here. And listen, y'all, I get a little bit more irritated than you. I get irritated at Bernie sometimes. Like, I get over it. He's human, right? Cool. Nah, not when it comes to this whole Joe Biden is my friend, Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump bullshit. Because that's what it is. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I have friends that have been affected by the 1994 Biden crime bill, as he calls it. Remember that crime bill that Joe Biden refuses to apologize for? I personally wasn't affected by the busing law. However, people were. And he worked with and bragged with working with segregationist Republicans to ensure busing was not a thing in the South. Bernie, you can ignore these facts all you want to, but these facts are not going to go away. If you don't want to win, then just concede. If you don't want to win, then just concede. I'm a Bernie supporter, okay? Obviously, I'm a Tulsi supporter first, but I'm still a Bernie supporter, as Tulsi is a Bernie supporter. She supports the man. He's a good man. Not so much a good politician, apparently. Because, once again, that is where you go for the jugular. I don't care if Biden can or cannot beat Donald Trump. I know I can beat Donald Trump. And let me just address this shit too. Bear with me, y'all. Donald Trump is a racist. He's a sexist. He's a demagogue. Doesn't respect the Constitution. Okay, cool. All right, cool. You hate him, right? You despise him. Worst president of all time based on all the things that you have just said in this Jimmy Fallon interviews and in other speeches that you've given. Okay, cool. See, I'd be more inclined to be galvanized by that sentiment if you didn't call the racist, sexist, demagogue, anti-constitutionalist that you're running against your friend all of the time. So it's cool to be a racist, sexist, demagogue, a pathological liar, as you like to say about Trump, which is true. But Biden's a pathological liar too. And you call him your friend. The only distinction to be made based off of your criteria between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. The only distinction, the only requisite for them to be your friend is to have a goddamn D by their name. Well, then Bernie, you're not an independent. You're a Democrat. And if you're a Democrat, you say you're a Democrat. But revolutionaries do not call Joe Biden. He can be a colleague. He can be, he's a fellow senator, fellow former senator. Okay, cool. Co-worker. I don't give a damn. But don't sit here and downplay what Joe Biden did to the black community, because that's what you were doing. You were trying to exaggerate about what Trump did. Like Trump ain't been like the homie. He ain't been we ain't invite him to the cookout. But he ain't 1994 Biden crime bill. Once again, if you ever read that bill, it would make you sick to your stomach, because the intention was very clear. Put black people in jail will give you more money. Build more private prisons to put black people in jail will give you more money. Hire more cops to put black people in jail and build more private prisons, and we'll give you more money. That's what the bill said. It's very explicit in the goals. See, Biden is a literal segregationist, Bernie. A literal segregationist. What, because he worked for a black president? We gonna forget? What the hell's I gotta do anything? You know why? It's the strategy was pretty clear. Hey, make sure y'all attach old white racists to Barack Obama because we want the racist white guys to be okay with voting for him. That was basically the strategy. For some people, him calling Joe Biden his friend irks them for different reasons. Like, just Joe Biden's a scumbag. Okay, yeah, it's true. He is. Like, but for me, and for many black people in the progressive movement who support Bernie, who have acknowledged and recognized Bernie's contributions to the civil rights movement, we've recognized Bernie as an ally to the black and African American struggle. When you call a segregationist your friend and then pretend as if Trump is a racist and therefore you have to hate him, what you are doing is trivializing the pain, the agony, the suffering that people like Joe Biden have contributed to the black community. You know those votes that you still need that you're having trouble getting as it is? It means that you do not take what Biden has done to us, what the effects have been, not just then, but the reverberating effects after. Today, the private prisons are still here, bruh. There are more than there were then. The reverberating effect. Remember that criminal justice system you're so hell-bent on taking down? It's largely the way it is because of your friend. Do you want to win this election? Because if you're the one who is poised to win, I want you to win too. Do you want a revolution? Because you have an entire army. You have an entire army literally waiting at the door. They're ready. They're ready. Do you want to fight for this? Because we'll fight right behind you. I already know what Tulsi would say, so I feel pretty confident saying I'll stand right behind you too. Or do you want to just be another Democrat who fades in history? Because when you had the opportunity to weaponize your movement and etch yourself in the history books permanently, you decided that you wanted to not look bad to the Democrats and not be blamed for Trump. If you get blamed for Trump, so be it. They blame you anyway. They literally blame you anyway. Anyone paying attention knows better. Anyone paying attention and pretends they don't know better are assholes, and they weren't going to give you your justice. They're going to blame you anyway. So if they're going to blame you anyway, if they're going to trash you anyway, if they're going to steal the election from you anyway, go, you're 78 years old, bro. Go out, swing it. Not this. Biden's my friend. I think he can beat Trump. That's so irresponsible. That's so irresponsible. You're telling millions of people that a man with dementia, I ain't gonna say he has it, but damn it, he's starting to look like it. But you're gonna tell the American people that this man can beat Donald Trump? Trump is gonna roast his ass like Dave Chappelle for 3 damn months. It's gonna be a whole ass 3 months of a Dave Chappelle skit on that election. You gonna sit here and tell the American people that? Listen, I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Every single Democrat in this country could vote for Joe Biden. Every single one of them. Guess what? If no independents and no Republicans vote for him, he loses. Did you know that? 28% of this country identifies as Democrat as of December 2019. 28% of this country identifies as Republican. 41%. 41% identify as independent. Not to mention, Joe Biden has basically fashioned his legacy as somebody who has been Barack Obama's lackey in an administration that the Republicans have the ultimate level of disdain for. They hate Obama. His campaign has been, but Obama, my friend. You don't get about 0.02% of that 28% of the Republican vote. You are aware of that, right? You're setting America up for failure, Bernie. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. So if you're going to fight. If you want a revolution, we'll fight with you. But if that's not who you are, if that's not what you want, then just tell us. Tell us now. We won't have any hard feelings. But don't pretend. Don't do what you did to us in 2016. 2016, okay, cool. We thought it was strategy. We knew you were going to run again. Cool. We accepted it. Didn't like it, but accepted it. But all these young people who are looking for a warrior, a champion, someone who is as angry and as furious at the system as they are, they looked to you. A lot of these young voters, this is their first election and they're seeing it stolen right in front of their eyes. And all they are looking for is someone with the movement, the passion, the energy, and the platform to say what they are feeling. But instead, you go on Jimmy Fallon and you say Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump. No, we can't. No, we can't. And if Joe Biden is a nominee, and you need to understand this, Bernie, this ain't like 20. You think that I didn't vote for Hillary. I know a lot of your supporters didn't vote for Hillary. But you got us fucked up in 2020. If you think that in 2020, we gonna vote for Biden, oh no, it's gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse because now you have the sting of 2016, and then you have all the times where people were like, whatever, I don't want to contribute to Donald Trump. I don't want to be a contributor to Donald Trump president. And then they were like, hold up. Y'all still gonna blame us? Even though we came out and voted in larger numbers than the Hillary supporters came out and voted for Obama? So the Bernie supporters still got blamed for Trump. Remember? It ain't happening this time. You have pundits, mainstream pundits coming out saying, shit, you got me messed up. You think I'm voting for Biden or Trump? Every major independent journalist that I know, independent, not I get a corporate paycheck and I pretend like I'm independent. I'm talking about actual independent journalists. Kyle Kalinski's of the world, Mike Figueredo's, Jimmy Dore, the Convo Couch. All our fam. On the left and the right, of course. They made it very clear they're not voting for Joe Biden. And we will spend the majority from July to November ripping Joe Biden apart and punishing the Democratic Party for what they've done. Because if you don't want to start a revolution, shit, we'll have to start one for you. But one thing we're not going to do is reward a party who steals our votes, who demeans the candidates that most represent us, who utilizes and tokenizes minorities and women and the marginalized, only to then turn around after they kick us to the ground and say, get up and open the door for us. What are you doing? Why are you on the ground? And oh, by the way, after we open the door, they walk in the building and shut the door right behind them and make sure that we're not in there. We're not rewarding that party anymore. You done lost your mind. It's not happening. Thank you very much for the super chat. The natural progressive. The true left will always get the blame. Stay strong and vote only for what you want. 100% agree. I think we have another super chat that I missed. Art Dogan. Absolutely infuriating that Bernie rails against the corporate class, but he won't even attack Biden, the embodiment of the corporate class. 100%. 100%. infuriating is exactly the right word to describe it. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning into that live stream segment of Mikasa Sukasa. Make sure that you follow us on Rockfin, ROKFIN.com. The link is in the description below. Or check out some of our other shows on Mikasa Sukasa. The Rob Report, Convo Couch. Taylor Hudak has been doing a great job covering Assange. So we have plenty of content for you to enjoy. Also, I did just sit down with Jared Beck, and we discussed the DNC fraud lawsuit and our upcoming encounter with the Supreme Court. You're going to like it. If you haven't watched it, it's about an hour and some change, but trust me, it's well worth it. So with that being said, always remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you like that segment of Mikasa Sukasa. Of course, if YouTube is giving you trouble, as it always does, you can download the Rockfin app and follow us there. Also, if you want to continue to help our show grow, you can help us reach our goal of 500 patrons on Patreon and donate as little as $1. Really, anything helps. Other than that, always remember, people, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.